Good evening, guys. Tuesday night, and another round of Flight Club, and getting ready to tell you what's going on with the. What are you showing my first plane for, man? I bet nobody even knows what plane that is.
Yeah, they do.
You think?
Look at that anhedral. Look at that anhedral. He thinks he's an F4 pilot. Look at that.
Hey, man, that's called cobwebs and dust.
Yeah,
pulling it
but
down,
you're in
man.
love with this because this is the first one that gave you confidence you
It
can fly
is.
another one.
It is.
Look at that thing.
That was my first plane, man. Flying it around the backyard, learning how to fly. Yeah.
Doesn't fly too well in the pine trees, does it?
No, it doesn't, because it went in a tall pine tree, and I had to get a friend to come over with a great big long extendable rod and get it down. I'm telling you, man, that was some fun with that little airplane right there. But you know what? I learned how to fly that. I said, if I can fly that, I can fly just about anything.
Confidence.
And, hey, that's where it's at. What's up, Bobby? Yeah, I tell you, man, those little UMX planes, they do make you better pilots, believe it or not, just for the fact that, like say, if you can fly those in windy days, you can fly about anything. So, but yeah, so look who's back.
I'm back. Wait a minute. I'm back. Dad, if you're watching. Okay, now, I know it's going to be rough. Maybe for a week or two or three. If I come back and you got a girlfriend, I know everything's okay.
Yeah.
Okay?
No doubt.
Don't ask me for money. I ain't giving you no money for that. You're on your own on that one. But I need to thank everybody on the channel for the wishes and the condolences, and it's just not fun. You know, funerals, mom gone. It's just emotionally draining, and I'm the one alive.
Yeah, that's right, man.
I mean, nothing you can do about her, but she had a great last Christmas. I was just there, and then I come home for a week, and then she passes away, and then I got to go back all the way out there. Sister pretty much took care of all of the blah, blah, the funeral, the food, the pictures, the flowers, da-da-da-da-da, but it is what it is.
It's a lot of work, but, you know, hey, it's the last roll, man, you know? So
yeah, so she was happy. The last I saw her, she was happy. I mean, it was a good moment.
That's right.
So it is what it is.
Well, that's a good thing, man. But yeah, we all hate it. We all hate you not being here. And yeah, my mom said, hey, it's your mom. She's here.
Yeah, I told her she's my only mom now. I mean, I don't have nothing else.
Exactly.
She not replaced my mom, but she just, what would you call that?
Stepmom?
Yeah, but you know, stepmom seems so, what do you call it? What's the name? Like when you're in a family and then your mom leaves or whatever, your real mom, and then the stepmom comes in. What do you call that mom? In other words, you really don't like her. You don't know
Step monster.
Step Monster. Isn't that a movie?
Yeah, I think so.
Wasn't that Jane Fonda and then Jennifer Lopez?
Yeah, that's right.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
But I see her with Ben Affleck now. Man, he looks so miserable. Wherever he goes, he just looks like he wants someone to shoot him. I feel sorry for that guy. Jillions of dollars and miserable. I'd rather have one airplane and be happy.
Oh, no doubt, man. Yeah.
When are you going to get to this? Because you got all kinds of stuff to show on this.
Well, I'm working on it, man. If you guys saw the Facebook post I put up the last couple of days, I'll show you tonight. Again, we'll go over it again and give you some close-ups and recaps. But the gear in this airplane, this T-28 right here, it can be a beast, and the manual, doesn't really give you a lot of numbers. So I had to trial and error it, and I got it done, and hopefully it'll help you guys some in doing this so you don't have to think about it. And again, if you didn't see the Facebook post or the short that I posted today, why not? Watch them. I told you Brian Brody came over here and helped me out with this the other day. We had a good time, man, just hanging out and working on this.
Well, it's fun just hanging out and working on someone else's airplane that you want.
Exactly.
He's working on the Red Lion, right? The Red Lion? The Gilmore.
Gilmore, yeah.
Gilmore,
yeah.
I think it's the Red Lion. Gilmore Red Lion.
Yeah.
But that thing will go good. You set it up right.
Yeah. Well, he's getting it going, and I told him if he wanted to get it on a show and show it, if he's found out anything that would help us to tell people.
Oh yeah, because there's plenty to find out, because we're going to go into detail on what you had to do to find out that, because it seems like to me that the Asian companies, I get what they want to do. They do great work and all this. It's just the translation. Not only translation, but it's the details.
Yes.
There's like 5 steps between A1 and A2. So there should be A1.12345. And then you go to A2, it seems, because everything fit great once you did all the work, right?
Oh God, yeah, it fits perfect. But when the numbers aren't there and all the information in there, so you have to figure it out yourself, that's called modeling. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But in doing that, if you're not careful, you can booger up some stuff, or
Oh, yeah.
you
I've
know,
done my
strip
share.
gears, or you can bust doors, and you know, so yeah. But we are getting revisions to the manual, and that'll help all of you guys down the line. And also with this plane, you know, there's 2 sets of gear you can pick from.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's the JP
JP
Hobby,
and
which
the
is what I
Sierra.
have, and the Sierra, exactly. And the Sierra are pneumatic, air driven. So, you know, and a little different, but all the hardware is included. But in the manual that we're looking at, the PDF,
Yeah.
if you're not careful, you're on the Sierra gear and you're trying to
You put the Sierra gear for the JP retracts and it don't work.
exactly,
And they look the same,
just about,
but
a
they're
little
not.
different. No,
They're just enough to be off. It's
Yeah.
kind of like between Ford GM and Dodge. It's all the same crap. It's a light bulb that goes into a port, right?
Yes,
But everybody's got to have a little T off to the side, a little Q, a little this. So you have to
Exactly.
buy their bulb, right?
yeah.
$5,000 for a cluster for a
Look
right
at Tim
headlight.
there, man, slinging the cash. Thank you, Tim. We appreciate that always, buddy. Thank you so much. And yeah, we're glad to have him back. We'll keep him.
Glad to be back, man, because it's $17 just for a pastrami sandwich. Ooh, $17.01.
Yeah, I tell you, man, a lot of money out there to live. That's for sure. So
I didn't have any of that.
yeah. So Jared, the T28 is coming along great. Again, you know, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of model, man. And it's a awesome model. Of course, like I said, you know, there's a lot of modeling that has to be done, but hey, I don't know about you guys, but you know, that's what I like to do. And I know Wayne does as well. So
Love it. Therapy.
yeah. So with that being said, it is a lot to have to get done with this model. You got to take your time, and it is one you want to take.
Yeah,
your
it's
time
just
on.
not foam and 6 bolts and charge and fly. It's just doesn't work that way.
No.
Not when you got so many sophisticated things going on.
Yeah.
I mean, just the landing gear and the landing gear fairings.
Yeah. That was a job.
I mean, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You got 12 points that all have to work
Perfectly.
simultaneously.
and to close right, to seal
And
right,
everything is
to look
stretching
good.
and moving
Yes.
and this. So if you just throw it on there and go, it's not working.
Yeah.
It's not going to work until you make it fit.
And that's what I say, guys. So the manual doesn't give you, as of right now, a lot of the numbers and the spanses of the linkages and things like that. So if you have not seen the short, if you go back and look at that, you'll see those numbers. And also on the Facebook post I did on the nose gear and on the main gear, those numbers are there as well too, and they'll help you a lot. And we'll show you what we got here too in a minute.
Well, it looks like Tim Toutont's going to be all shriveled up tonight because it's
know,
minus
man.
20 with
Yeah.
the wind chill to where he is. So that little turtle's going to be hidden.
You go outside and pee on a tree, it's gonna freeze. But
You're going to be stuck to the tree.
exactly, that's what I was thinking.
I wouldn't advise that.
Yes, that's terrible. And another thing on this plane too, guys, in doing everything I've done so far, the nose gear wheel. If you got the JPs with the stock wheels, you're fine. If you got the JPs and you got the aftermarket machined wheels, well, the nose gear wheel,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to modify. Okay.
Look at that.
Yeah, and it's nice looking. And all these gear are machined and beautifully done by JP. Now, with that being said, the nose gear wheel, okay, the aftermarket machined wheel has a brass bushing inside.
bushing.
And matter of fact, where is it? I've got it right here. Okay. So a guy on Facebook had a question, wanted to know what size bit I used to drill this out with. There's the actual bushing, if you guys can see that came out of it.
Did you have to go into the machining of the wheel or no?
No, you don't touch the machining of the wheel.
That's just
This right here just pulled out after I got, you can see where the drill bit grabbed a hold of it.
Yeah, if you're not on the press.
But I did it with a smaller bit first. You know what I mean?
Looks like you hired a squirrel.
I know, right? But I did it with a smaller bit because there was a thicker wall.
You
okay?
just gave it to Kenny and Kenny nibbled on it while he was driving down the road thinking it was a Tic Tac, a gold Tic Tac.
With that being said,
Yeah, it got ate
love
up
you,
pretty
Jeff.
good. There it is. Oh,
yeah, if you take a drink when I say that, you might not be here for the rest of the show. And with that being said, no, so seriously, So
Yeah, I called that the first time we opened up the box. I said that's going to have to be drilled
Yeah,
out 'cause it didn't
yeah.
work.
I took a smaller bit, went through it first, and took out some of the interior wall.
Yeah, did a little piloting there.
Yeah, and then went back in with I think it was, I wrote it down, I think it was a 7/32 bit was the overall finished
Oh,
bit.
well, there it is. You didn't use metric. That's why.
Yeah.
Tell me that a squirrel, well, and crack didn't take care of that.
It pulled right out though with the bit.
As long as
so
it works,
worked out perfect.
that's all that matters.
And the wheel rolls fine. It does great. So
Everybody
you're gonna have
does
to do that.
What is that? Atlanta Rhythm Section, Imaginary Lover.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's
what happens when you
nice,
imagine.
nice piece of brass. So
That's a nice piece of brass. That's
nice brass there, Clark.
Look at that baby.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There it is. Oh,
Yeah.
come on. Our Ken cam ain't working well. Where is it at? It was almost there.
Almost there.
Come on. Get in there.
Yeah, no, not happening.
All right. Okay.
Okay. No wonder I can't make it through the whole show. Exactly, Craig, because you keep drinking every time we say something like that. But other than that, I'll show you the gear in this plane. I've got the other wing done. This wing is complete. It's got the aileron and the flap servo in it as well. Everything else was perfect, but that gear was a bear. Okay, so let's see if, let me see, we need to move.
Want to put a towel down or something?
Well, I'm going to lay this white piece of stuff up here, and we'll lay that there. And I'll grab this right here and put it, grab all that right there. Grab that cluster of stuff there. Yeah, and we'll slide this right over here and just put it right here like this. All right, give me that. Okay, so we have the JP controller right here, guys.
Let's give them a close up.
Yeah.
Just set it in the wheel well.
Well,
I'm just going to pull it up there.
Okay, go ahead. I got it. Go ahead. All right, so
look at that sexiness right there.
So this ring right here, guys, is what I was telling you about on the Facebook page. This just kind of floats up and down. And
that's
the manual, the manual, right. The manual shows no set screw being put in it. It does not give the amount of distance from the mounting plate to the top of the ring. And that has got to be perfect for this door to close right.
Yep. If
you don't, it's going to pull out of the hinge even if it's epoxy, so you're liable to break something.
So you got like 5 things closing in different dimensions at the same time.
And then this piece right here on the inside of this gear door. That is another thing that the manual does not specifically tell you, because this rod right here is straight. It does not articulate at all. So therefore,
that's just a
this has got to be in the perfect center spot, because
if it's not, it's wrong no matter what.
It's wrong, and it's not going to work at all.
So how did you find it?
What I did was I got all of this part working properly, and then I took this off the wheel because of the collar that holds this whole door on. Okay.
Right.
So I took it all off and closed it down, and then I took this piece alone and just sat it where it needed to be.
So you just went one at a time, the large piece first, and then wiggled your way down to what you need.
Basically, I already had the straight piece in here, and so when I looked inside the end, I could see where this was, and I took a marker and I went around it where it needed to be perfectly. And I mean, I put the screw through here, and
how
then
many
I held
times
this.
did you have to take it on and off to get it to work?
Oh, bud,
like 100?
A lot.
So you had to unscrew it.
If you go ahead and put the screw through here with the white piece on it, and then once you get the door where it needs to go, you can take your finger and squeeze it and to where it needs to be here, and then you can trace around it. And it's got to be right. It's got to be straight in line right here. It cannot be
sophisticated.
It cannot be
look at
off.
that. You got a double whammy there.
Yeah.
And it's all coming down. The top one doesn't move. The little one doesn't move, but the bottom one flexes. It has to have room to move. That's right.
And this right here, between clevis to clevis, needs to be 21.84 millimeters. Okay. And then from the mounting plate to the top of this ring is 124.8 to 125, give or take.
So is that to the center of your cap?
No.
Screw?
Basically,
or is that just the thread?
It's the threads in between here.
So you need that much between the ball length, right? What you say is right between there.
In between the clevises, it's 21.84. Okay. And so you could probably get by with 22, but I gave you the measurements with the calipers for what they said. And then the measurement, like again, from the mounting plate to the top of this ring is 124.85 to 125, give or take. And it will be perfectly fine.
Plus, you had to find this area to fit correct.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah.
So you literally had to not modify, but you had to go in between all the steps, your 10 steps between the steps to make it work.
Yeah. And like I said, the manual doesn't give you all these specific numbers.
That's me. It's just you.
Yeah. So it's all trial and error. And if this is not right and you go to close this door, it's going to pull this hinge and bust it right out of your pocket.
It's got all the power to do it too.
Yes. And then if this isn't right, or the ring's up or down too high, the door is going to pull too tight, or either it's going to be standing up and not closed enough.
How many times did you pull the hinge out before you figured it out?
Well, I only pulled it out one time, and then I didn't epoxy it back until I had everything working right.
I only pulled it out one time.
Yeah. So flip the if you can. If
you want me to flip Kenny off?
Hit the gear. Yeah. Hit the gear switch.
Well, yours might be a little different. Which one is this one here?
That's it.
Yep. Pull it back towards me.
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
And it's got the set too.
Nice.
And so yeah, so
flush.
Yep. So that's it. I mean,
all right.
And it's got to be that way. So, you know.
Here we go. You ready?
Yep.
Oh, that's sexy right there. That's complicated. It ain't easy.
So
she ain't easy.
She's your sister. And I know what Karen Carpenter song.
You know, she was one of the top 10 drummers in the world at one time. I remember somebody saying that on here, but I went on there. She was one of the top 10 drummers in the world at one time. What'd she weigh? 99 pounds?
If that. Yeah.
What do you want me to do with this?
Just sit it down right here. Sign or put it back over there, wherever we can.
Yeah, let's
you want to move all this or whatever you want to do, because we got some other things we got to show too. So
yeah, so you want to put this whole thing over there?
Yeah,
put that
so
in there, and you can just turn around and.
Yep. Yeah, we got some other goodies to show you guys, and I hope you got some information that is useful as far as these gear. If you're doing this airplane, you're going to need it. I promise you that. So I hope that helps some of you guys that are putting the JP
you want
gear
me to
in.
hook the batteries on that?
Yeah, you can, because this is already. Yeah, we'll set this back over here.
Because Kenny leaves his batteries on all week.
In case you guys have not seen the wing spar on this plane, that's it right there. That's an aluminum tube, and then you got this little short one for the back. But yeah, that is a big old aluminum tube right there, and I haven't taken it out of the bag because I don't want to lose this one right here. So, yeah, that is it. So, all right. So that being said, I mean, you guys have seen, of course, this beautiful cowl.
Did they all get their cowls?
They should be getting them. I know Ken Wade got his. So
he did?
Yeah.
Was his white and red?
Yeah, and he actually wanted an extra one because he's going to do some modifications and stuff on his first one.
Expensive.
So yeah, I imagine that cowl's not cheap, but that's it.
That's an improvement right there. You don't even
Look,
have to cut out.
I'm not your father.
Thankful.
You can see through the hole there, man. So that's that. And then with this plane, guys, we got the Hi-Tech 645 digital servos. These are fantastic right here. These are going to really power this plane, and these are Legend Hobby as well, guys. So if you need your servos, hit them up for that. Now, drum roll. Okay, you guys ready to see this? This is only one of three in the United States right now, okay? And this is what's going in this airplane. So, yeah, I think you're going to like this. I know I do anyway, right? This is an Electric Start 40 Twin, guys. And it is absolutely marvelous. I done seen a little drool coming out of the side of Wayne's mouth over here as he looked at it. That new smell is awesome coming out of that motor, isn't it?
Got that fresh.
Yes, fresh. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Get in there. You get in there good and let them sit. Look at that, guys. Isn't that purty? That is nice, Clark. Yes. Yes, that is the Stinger Electric Start Twin, guys.
Sure hope I don't drop it because it's going right on the laptop.
I know. I hope you don't either because it's going right in the keyboard.
Yeah, that's definitely nice.
That is very nice.
I'm guessing it has a one-way clutch. Well, I think they call it a Sprague clutch. Is that right? You guys Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah.
Woo!
That is pretty. Yes, it is. Comes with everything you need to get it running, get it going as far as the ignition,
That's
the
nice.
ESC for the motor.
Oh, camera's up high. I'm not high tonight.
But that is a work of art right there, guys. Like I said, that is only one of 3 in the U.S. right now.
Very nice.
And I got it. So, yes.
But he didn't say anything about the mufflers when they're doing their thing on that? The mufflers?
No, like I said, I'm not sure as far as that goes yet.
That's pretty.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
Yeah, it is.
Nice. Because Ken, these have just actually been offered. These have just come out, and you can actually, I think you can add the electric start to the Twin if you choose to. But these are super nice. I mean,
yeah, it looks like it's about a 10-to-1.
Yeah.
10 of this to 1 of that.
Yep.
Something like that. Nice.
Yeah, that's going to be really cool. Hit a button, boom. She will start.
I don't think any wives come with a button.
They haven't come up with a cost on this yet. That's another thing. The cost has not been deciphered on this motor yet due to its basically newness and because of its there ain't many of them here yet. Fortunate enough to get, like I said, 3 of them, and I have 1 of them. So I'm very, very humbled to have this.
You want to touch it?
It's not. I've already trust me, I've already stroked all over
You
it.
did it? Is that why it's sticky?
Yes, it's very nice.
See, the cylinder's got something inside it.
Uh-huh. That is cool, man. God, that's just sexy. You know?
Amazing.
It is amazing. So what does Ruff say? That starter gear, stay engaged after startup.
Yeah, it's the because I asked the same question. You know, like on a regular car, you got your throw out, your starter's got your, throws out. But this stays engaged. Somehow you got a one-way gear in here. I don't know, it disconnects. Somehow it's got a clutch in here.
Yeah.
You guys that are smarter out there, you're going to have to figure that out because I'm just guessing. That's the first time I've seen it. Got to be something in here. I know there's a one-way bearing in here.
Yeah.
See, it freewheels the other way. Then you turn it the other way, then it turns the shaft. So, but it looks like about a 10-to-1, maybe 9-to-1.
Steve said, Denise says it looks like a complicated way to hook up a prop to an electric motor.
No. See, here's the difference. Did you notice how she analyzed what I had in my hand? Okay. And then she goes, oh, that looks like a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone else on the show goes, dang, I wish I had that problem.
Exactly.
I mean, I get it. I have a wife.
Yeah.
I asked my wife.
Yeah.
She goes, well, we can do the stuff. I said, I didn't say you couldn't. But if something goes wrong with the car, what's the first thing you do? You don't open the hood.
No.
You turn your phone on and you call somebody. You don't go. And it's usually me. Then I got to figure out. Funny part about that is she did break down and there was a problem with the car. Backwards? No.
Yeah.
No. Like
Carburetor goes, yeah.
There you
go. Yep.
Here's the funny part about marriage. This is Marriage 101. Kenny, get closer to the camera.
Stay tuned.
Put your ear up to the speaker. So the car broke down. She goes, I'm stuck. What do I do? I said, are you off the road? Yeah. Okay. No cars, not going to get hit? No. And then I said, there's no worries. And no worries yet. Okay. It's when you get hit and killed. That's when you got to worry. But so I went there and I got in the car and we put it over to a little parking space and turned it off. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking just like this. Mm-hmm. And she's looking at me. She's going, what are you doing? How come you're not fixing the car? I am fixing the car. Well, what do you mean? You're just making all these faces and gestures. And I said, well, it's only got a piston and it's got a valve and it's got springs. It's got oil. It's got intake. It's got a crank. It's got da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm going through what would it be? So you have to ask, what happened when it shut off? Did it just go crankshaft and the pistons, the rod go through the block? No, it didn't stop like that. Okay.
Sure.
Any red lights on before it stopped? Well, now that you mentioned it, there's been a red light on for 2 weeks. I forgot to tell you.
There's that. Yeah. Yeah, there's that. Craig Bevan had a question. He said on that gear, is there a set screw in that collar? Yes,
Oh
there
yeah,
is.
there's two, isn't there?
There's one on each side.
Yeah, you just didn't see it.
And and the manual doesn't state that. Okay, the manual does not say you got to put set screws in, and there's one on the back side and one on the front side, and then you have your two screws that hold in your clevises. So yes, Craig, there is two set screws, one on the front and one on the back. Good question, because again, the manual doesn't show to do that. You would think it, and you think it would be a fixed point, but it doesn't say it. And sometimes if we don't see it, we don't do it. So yes, good question. Let me do a slight roll call here and give appreciation.
You're a half hour late on the roll call.
Yeah, I know. Well, we've been talking about some good stuff. So let's see. We've got Jeff in Lower Alabama, of course, the wise guy tonight. LA Jeff, as I like to call him, Mike SSI, Ken Wade, Richie Rich. We've got, of course, Wayne Schreiber back in the house. Thankful for that. Let's see. CBO Hobo, what's up, man? Good to see you here tonight. Craig Bevan, Mike SSI. Let's see. Who else we got here? Brian Brody, of course. Thank you for coming, Brian. I appreciated hanging out with you the other day. Mom's here. Glad to have her here. RC Plane Reviewer was in the house earlier, Bobby. I don't know if he's still here or not.
Did you see that big old snout plane he's got? What is that called?
I did see that. Yeah.
What's that called?
It's
got the nose has got to be this long.
Yeah.
It's about that.
Yep.
It's the
German, isn't it?
No.
Storch, something like that kind of.
I think it's a Pilatus.
Yeah, that's it. Mike
I got the PC9.
Yeah. Lennon Stewart, all the way from Guyana. How are you, man? Good to see you here tonight. Tim Touton, of course. Thank you for being here. Kenny, F.U. Kenny, a big F.U. Jared Kirby. Let's see. Keep going down the list. Appreciate all you guys being here tonight, man. And like I said, Scott Monarchs here tonight. Killer Plane, Steve, and the beautiful Miss Elizabeth in the house. Augured in.
She is?
Yes, she is. She was talking to us a while ago about the motor, remember?
Oh,
yes.
I forgot.
Ruff in the house, of course, being a wisecrack as well. George Pryor. I wonder if he's any kin to Richard.
Who?
George Pryor. I wonder if he's any kin to Richard Pryor.
I got you.
Let's see. And so I think that's it. But guys, and Gary Gasser. Yeah, it is a good looking motor, Gary. Thank you. He said, no, he's not kin to Richard Pryor.
Prove it.
Really, no doubt.
I can get a tan.
You think? I know I can. I'm feeling
tasty
tan.
Well,
right now.
Yeah. See, an Indian snuck in my great grandma's tent, so we have Indian in the family.
Yeah, I've got Italian.
You got Italian?
Yes.
Yeah, we got Indian. So you got Spaniard in you?
I guess. Yeah. That would be right. Damn Spaniard. But I appreciate all you guys for being here tonight and hanging out with us and being a part of this. And like I said, the build will go on here. We've got more and more of the canopy. We're going to try to get started on that next. That's going to be fun. That's almost like a puzzle. It's going to be
that's
intricate.
A 3D puzzle.
Yeah,
that's a dynamic
It's going to be a lot of fun to get that going and get the the whole canopy, the glass, and everything put in there. That's going to be nice. I can't wait to get on that. I love the intricate stuff. So
you better buy a bottle of aspirin.
Yeah, well, I do have canopy glue, so that's.
Well, you better do a lot of huffing.
I don't have to worry about polishing glass.
What do you think bus drivers do when they're driving? They huff.
But yeah, that's going to be fun building the canopy and getting that all done. And guys, again, inside of this airplane is massive.
It's clean.
You could almost lay a small.
And it is nice because it opens up 3/4 of your fuselage is all you can just bam.
Yeah.
None of this. Because see, with the L-19, I got to get underneath the wing. You got the wing below you.
Yeah. I like having all that room in there. I really do.
It's nice, man.
It is really nice. Yeah. We're also going to put a clear tank in here. It came with the factory white tank. We're going to put a clear one in here from Valley View.
You just stick your fingers and hands and head and everything. No, it's nice. You got access to everything.
It's big. I mean,
so you can take the whole forearm and half a bicep.
Yeah.
But that is sexy. Plus the doors on the bottom, right?
Yeah. Well, these I have not glued in the hinges yet. I do have them in place just for fit. I always like to dry fit everything. So yeah, they are just kind of stuck there for now, but I've got to get them epoxied in. But they are perfect fit. I mean, they're going to look really nice too once they're all sealed in. And they will close after the main gear come down, and they'll close down over so you won't see the wheel at all. Also, the nose gear will have 2 doors as well and a servo. You see the hole where the servo goes?
That's a lot of doors, a lot of linkage, a lot of
Yep.
Fairings, a lot of
This servo will have the round wheel on it, so the two linkages will kind of crisscross and kind of pull the doors closed, you know, when it comes down.
It's nice.
And this gear just looks beautiful when it comes down. Everything works great on that as well.
Did the aluminum bolt ride up?
The what?
The aluminum right here. The mount, the aluminum mount to the fuselage.
Perfectly.
Perfectly. Right up?
There was no adjusting there. It went perfectly.
Nice.
And these holes right here, guys, these are threaded holes, but you do put nuts on the backside. So, but they are threaded holes. That's really cool too.
Yeah. Safety nuts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's nice.
It's done right. I mean, you can't ask for it to be any better. And I will go in this plane as well. And I'm going to add some more glue and epoxy on the inside just to stiffen the airframe up because Brian Brody and myself were talking about that the other day. And I know you do it on some of yours too.
I do it all the time, especially when I put a bigger motor.
Yeah.
Because on the 20cc, I put the 55cc in there. And, you know, I wasn't going to put, what do you put in there? Maybe typical Warbird, what do you put? 8 ounces in the nose?
Yeah.
Or more. I just figured I'd just put a bigger motor and it fit perfect. But, you know, that's more torsion, more this, more that.
Yeah.
But I'd rather have something that's going to make that's worthwhile rather than dead weight. But
yeah,
whatever. If you want to fly realistic, because that's the 190. What did we get? 134 out of that?
Yeah.
I think it was 134. Yeah. Anyway.
Hey, Ruff, this ain't a plane you just rush and throw stuff into, man. This is like
work in progress.
It is, man. I mean, and like I said, I've got, you know, the ailerons, the flap servos, the gear, which was a big chore, nose gear servo. You know, it's taken a lot of time, and I didn't get started on it really until I think
you
Friday.
started late.
Yeah, Friday afternoon.
Yeah, see these wood balsa type models, you know, if you're not used to them, it's like dating. You have to date these things every weekend, right? And mostly in the middle of the week, whenever you get home from work, you just go in there and you do a little fingering and caressing and rubbing and grinding.
Yeah.
All these things have to be done to make it all come together. Because really, even though all these parts are laser cut and everything, they're all built by hand.
Yeah.
They don't come out of an aluminum mold, you know, so you got the wood that warps a little bit and this and that. So you just have to.
I tell you,
it's a labor of love.
Scott Monarch, let me show you something that works really great if I can get to it for doing epoxy in tight areas, so to speak. Let me see if I can get my hand on it here. Well, if I can open this drawer without knocking anything over.
What are you trying to get?
Well, let me try to get, I think it's back here. I wanted to show this to Scott.
What are you doing with all those condoms?
Shh, don't tell it all. Damn,
yeah, but it says.
Hang on. What damn. Okay. All right.
You didn't tell me you had that big CG machine.
Oh, yeah. So these right here, guys, in case you have never seen these work fantastic for doing epoxy in tight places, especially.
Is that the high salt thing?
Yeah, especially with these tips, but you can get epoxy for
it. You give it just the tip?
Just the tip. That's it. But you put this on the end of your epoxy tube, and you see where it mixes it?
I do, because we had the big concrete ones that we had to use, and the tubes are like this long.
Yeah.
Cost like $75 for 2 tubes.
Oh, this stuff ain't cheap, but you put your epoxy in here, and you just squeeze, and it'll come out here, and it's already pointed, so it makes it really nice.
I just hated the part of all the stuff that's left over and thing you can't use.
Yeah, well, you toss that. That's why I've got a bag of these. Yeah. But as you can see, it's got the end of it where it mixes the two together when it comes out.
Makes it a
but you pay more for these, but for putting epoxy and getting neat straight lines, it's like running caulk lines. It really works great for that. And if you want nice, clean, you know, line, and I'm OCD over that kind of stuff, I can't help it.
No.
These work fantastic. You can get them on Amazon, and you can get different strengths of epoxies too.
Yeah,
different time sets,
different materials.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So these are fantastic. I'm telling you. And like I said, if you like clean lines, especially for strengthening your fuselage and joints and things, these are perfect. So
no windy lines.
How many channels is this plane going to be used? Let's see, 2 ailerons, 2 flaps, your gear, basically, of course,
elevator, rudder,
throttle, nose gear.
You can have smoke.
Well, I have that down
12 by the time it gets done.
I don't think
but you can put it on a wise if you don't want to put it on. If you don't have enough receiver, you can always just put it on a wide. Then you can play with the mechanical linkage.
Yeah.
It usually comes down to money. If you don't have enough money to buy a 20-channel receiver, how much is a 20-channel receiver for Spectrum?
About $400 probably.
Yeah, buy yourself a $5 Y, if that.
Yeah,
Just do the mechanical
I
trim.
think I'm gonna run an 8-channel Spectrum in here, the 8020T.
Yeah, that's all you need. Got all your
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah,
Fine.
yeah. So I mean, and that receiver alone is $90, and so you go on up. I think the 10 channel is $129.
Is it actual Spectrum receiver?
Yeah, so yeah, DSMX. But the 10 channel is $129 and up, so they keep going up.
Everything's going up, but my paycheck.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you get your ass back to work, you can make some money.
Yeah, well, how much is a bus ride? Kenny, how much is a bus ride? How about, you remember the milk card? Did you have a milk card growing up?
A what?
A milk card where they
No, I didn't. Oh no, I had a lunchroom card.
Yeah, same smell.
Yeah.
I remember you could get seconds in the kitchen
Yeah.
for a dime.
Yes, sir.
Now, $10. You want seconds? It's $10.
Oh yeah, you got to pay more for it. Exactly.
Woo!
Yeah, Scott said popsicle sticks work good for overages. Yes, they do. Matter of fact, my popsicle stick is stuck to my paper plate right here already. See,
that's right.
The popsicle stick right there. And I'll tell you guys, let me show you these.
I bought a box of 5,000 of them at Walmart for like $10 in there. They'll last you forever.
Always trying to pass on good ideas. This is one of the best deals at Harbor Freight going right here, guys. This bag of different size Q-tips and the sticks on these. When you're done with the tip of the Q-tip, you pop the stick off, you save it. They're great for mixing. They're great for applying. They're great for reinforcing.
You sure do have a lot of just the tips.
Just the tips, man. All the tips we're giving you here.
Everywhere it goes. But I can tell you. Where is it?
And then we have $1 for a bag of skewer, bamboo skewer right here. See, they work great too, guys. $1.
But when he's talking about his just the tip, there it is right there.
Yeah.
See if I get that in there.
That's for applying thin CA when you want to do just a little bit.
No, that's for dating the type of girls that you're not supposed to be dating.
That's like a hairline applied right there, man. I got a whole bunch of those. I told you if you need some.
I mean, look at, what do you think the diameter of that?
You couldn't hardly get a hair in it. I mean, especially like a coarse hair. I mean, it would be hard to get it down in there.
Well, it's definitely probably 10 times larger than a human hair. I don't know what it is, but it ain't big.
No, it's not big at all. No. But
even on a warm summer afternoon.
And those come with the Starbond CA, thin, thick, and medium.
Who do you get that from?
Starbond.com.
Really? Just that's the name brand?
Starbond, yep. They have a aerosol kicker, and they also have a there's the can right there, Starbond.com. They also have a spritz bottle, which I have as well. Depends on which one you want. I tend to like both. But these this glue dries clear. A lot of stuff will turn white.
I know all about that.
Yeah. You can get this size bottle. That's a big bottle of the medium. You can also get them all. You can also get bigger than these.
Is that 4 ounce or 3 ounce?
That's four. Yeah. They come in, I think, all the way up to pint size. I mean, you can get them bigger.
So, what's the glue that they use for canopies that don't haze like what I would?
That is Canopy glue, which I have over there. Canopy glue. Yes.
Does it say what it specifically is? It's not CA.
Over there on the shelf. It says Canopy glue on that bottle. Look right over there beside on that little shelf behind my transmitter box, and you'll see it. It says Canopy glue. Yeah. Let's see. CA tips, great for CA hinges and a few drops. Absolutely, man. They work great for not making a mess. And if you'll take them and thump them out after you're done, like a syringe, the glue will run back down, and they're reusable. Especially if you'll take them off the bottle. Clean the tip of your bottle, clean that tip, guys. Got to keep it clean. And so they are reusable, which is really cool too. I've used that one several times already. Just thump it till the glue comes out, wipe it, take it off your main bottle, wipe the main bottle, put the cap back on, you're done. These Starbond also send you caps that go on these to, if you don't want to leave this on it, it's another cap that has a pin in it that goes down in these for storage too, guys. And then you also have, this will screw off right here, and you have your just a regular sealed cap with no applicator. And it's sealed as well. So all this stuff works great. There's your Canopy glue.
So you can't use regular CA on plastic
window
parts. Acrylic. because that turns that white haze.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Because I did all 12 of them.
Well,
and they all
off
hazed
gases.
over.
It's off gassing. That's
And
what it's
then
doing.
this is white to start
Yes,
with, and
yes.
then it goes clear.
It dries clear as a bell.
I must be dyslexic or something.
It works fantastic. That's what all of your FMS models, all of your
And it's a Pacer
free
product, too.
wing, yeah, all your free wing models. This is what they're using on the canopy.
Is it good to huff?
It smells just like.
How old is this?
I've had that for about 8 years, and it works perfectly fine.
8 years?
Yep, it works great.
It's very mature.
Works good.
It's got
bud.
full body,
Yep.
the aroma.
It almost looks like Elmer's glue coming out.
Yeah, it does. What's the difference?
I don't know, but it dries clear as a bell.
I was so broke. That's the first airplane I put together. It was Elmer's glue, literally, and it worked well. That's
Yeah.
been 12 years ago. I still have it.
Yeah, that stuff works great.
Woo! This stuff's good.
Works real good.
Would have been nice.
So yeah, if you use CA on your clear canopies, they're going to off gas and they're going to be hazy. I promise you that. And then what do you have to do, Wayne, to get the haze off?
Oh, to get the haze off?
Mhm.
Ooh, I used a whole bunch of different products to figure out what would work. I watched YouTube, did this, did that, tried this, made it a little worse. And then I
Yeah.
figured it all out. The cheapest, the fastest, the best result, I think it was 3-in-1 oil.
Mhm.
You rub 3-in-1 oil all over it, and it breaks up the haze. You leave
Yep.
it on. I left it on for a couple of days, whatever it was.
Yep.
Took off a film, and then I wiped it all off, and I let it put on some more, rubbed it down a little bit, and
Looks great. Never knew it
because
happened.
it didn't look great when he came over. He goes, "What have you
I was like,
done?
man, what have you done?
That
to
is
this?"
sacrilegious and a heresy."
Yeah.
Where's your cross?
Yeah. Yeah. Rough. Keeping your CAs and super glues, period, in the refrigerator.
Because heat will just make it
yeah.
all cure.
Well, it keeps the moisture drawn out of them too, keeping them cold. So, you know.
because it was in my box in the summer, 105.
Oh, yeah. I had a
and it
bottle
just
of it.
turned
Yeah.
to
Yep. It does. That's what happens. Yep. It'll do it in a heartbeat. So, and also on your tubes of foam tack and things that a lot of us guys use, unscrew the applicator and take a piece of saran wrap and put over the tube in and screw your cap
a
back
sound
on.
like a gynecologist.
I'm just saying, man. Look,
How about your tubes? You got them tied?
foam tack is not
You got your
cheap.
tubes tied?
No.
Prove it.
Foam tack is not cheap, if any of you guys know. Now you can use what's the one, mucilage, that Brian Phillips uses. There's also the the FU30 or 40.
FU Kenny. You ever use that? FU Kenny
I
3000?
do have the glue that's the FU or HU or whatever. It works really good too. You can get that on Amazon. And it works just as good as the thing I like about foam tack, it sets up quickly. Whereas,
it does pretty fast. Yeah.
Whereas a lot of this other stuff like E6000 and things like that takes it a while. Now, Gorilla Glue has come out with a new glue like foam tack, and also Flex Seal, that company, has come out with a Flex Glue now that's like
Really?
foam tack. Yeah.
Flex glue.
Yep. I'm impressed by the Flex Seal products, guys. I'm telling you, I did it on my trailer that I pull my airplanes in. I'm telling you, it sealed the top of that trailer wonderfully, and I used the paint on, and it's self-leveling and it's clear. You can get it in clear, white, and black. It works great.
Did you apply that on the inside or the outside?
Outside. Yep.
And
And
just
just
seam going bad?
yeah, the factory stuff was just starting to dry rot and get old.
Yes.
So I took a putty knife and scraped it off.
How old is it?
God, 6 years old. But sitting out in that sun, that
Oh,
metal
yeah.
gets
That
hot on
summertime
top.
will destroy
And it's
anything and
it's
everything.
a shiny tin, so it just gets hot on top. But the Flex Seal, I got a quart can with the cheapest chip brush you can buy.
At Lowe's?
Yeah, and you brush it on, and it self-levels, and it's dry to the touch in about 30 minutes, and it's dry totally in less than 24. And it works
Cures?
amazingly.
Does it cure or does it dry?
It cures. Yeah.
Because when you cure something, it needs more water to go faster.
I don't know, but it works perfectly. I was very impressed with it. So,
Also, deluxe canopy glue, 8 milliliter tubes. Scott Marnock. Is that how you say your last name? Marnock? Is that correct?
yeah,
Not Monarch. Monarch.
Yeah.
I didn't pass English. I never liked an English teacher in my life. They always tell me, well, you got to put the period right here. I said, well, you understood me without the period.
Sure. Gary Gasser says use RG56 for canopies. Okay. Never heard of that one, but
That works for me.
yeah.
Yeah, because this is a Pacer product, so they make they make all the stuff for the modeling. I don't know. Bonds canopies and plastic parts to almost anything, flexible, clear, fast drying,
It is. I mean, it works great.
mildly irritant. Be careful when inhaling while driving a bus.
Yeah. Keep Kenny away for that.
Kenny probably dips his finger in there and puts it right there on top of his lip.
Exactly.
It's probably like chapstick.
Here, smell my finger. Ruff said, keep them cold from drying out. Exactly right. A lot of times keeping stuff in the fridge keeps moisture from getting in it as well.
That's where I keep all my cash.
Yeah.
It's right there under the lamb and fish.
You don't mar a door, you knock on it.
Do you know why money doesn't really fall apart when you crumple it all up or you compact it or you get it wet? Do you know why?
Well, it's because it's linen, it's material.
Close.
It's got fibers in it.
Close. I mean, you're on the right track, but what's the name of it?
Well, it's kind of like a parchment.
I mean, you're so close. It's made out of cotton.
Cotton. There you go. See?
Yeah, we make lots of cotton here in NC.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
All machine work now.
Yeah. You can take a dollar bill if it's wet and put it on an ironing board and iron it, and it'll be just as crispy
It's
and
crazy.
like
Yeah,
a starch
it's amazing. Yeah, this is amazing.
Works great. Yeah, Jared said he used I like E6000, man, but it doesn't set up fast enough for me. If I'm gonna go with something that doesn't set up fast enough, I just
he likes dating girls with higher skirts.
No, really, I just
expensive.
soon use epoxy if I'm gonna, if I need the weight on it or whatever.
Did you know with the new combines, you know how we do everything mechanically with machines when we harvest cotton and stuff?
Yeah.
That machine can do in 5 minutes what one man does in all day. So every 5 minutes, it's 1 day's worth of work for a dude, and that's what it'll do in 5 minutes. So however many dudes that is in a day, that's got to be a lot. But then again, the machine's $500,000.
Oh, yeah.
So you get timer money.
Yeah. Well, and those big bales of cotton you see sitting out in the fields of square cube, that's like 5,000 pounds, I think. It's what one of them weighs.
I don't know, but they're big and they look heavy to me.
I had a client that had 4 of them stolen one night, sitting there ready to go to market.
Steal cotton?
That's what I said. They got stolen. The 4 cubes of cotton off their farm got stolen.
And if they did steal it, how would you prove that that's your cotton if you found it?
Yeah. Well, a lot of people spray paint numbers on the side of the bale.
Can I repaint it? Can I respray it?
I don't know. I guess you could change the numbers.
I don't know. I'm not in that business.
I'm glad I'm not either, because that is a business. Farming is you got to give them props, man, because they're dealing with weather, they're dealing with heat, they're dealing with
just
drought.
like us modelers. Literally, we can't do nothing when it's rain. Too much rain, you kill your crops, right?
True that.
Not enough rain, your crops dry up. So you need just that little bit.
And no wind.
Yeah, no wind.
Imagine that. And guys, hey, y'all need to be staying warm. I went to fill up my propane cylinders tonight at Tractor Supply for our greenhouse and for our little heater.
Is it on now, your greenhouse?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
I'm going to tell you something, guys. There were lines of people waiting.
Was it really?
Dude, yeah. Guys with 6 and 8.
Where'd you go?
tanks.
Tractor Supply?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they ran out, didn't have any earlier today, and they got a new shipment. And guys were lined up. One guy had 8 tanks.
Yeah. What's he? Never mind.
He said him and his friend each have 2 tanks on their RVs they live in, okay, because they travel and do jobs on job sites. And then one guy had a great big one that he runs in his trailer for his hot water heater and stuff like that.
That's
yeah, it was this tall.
Yeah, 4 or 5 feet.
So they had 6 small ones and a great big tall one that they were
filling
filling
up.
up.
Cheap though, right? $3 bucks.
$3.19 here is what LP was today. Yeah. And look, this guy gets out of his truck and all of his buddies are bringing tanks over. As soon as they set the tanks down, and you got to understand the filling station is within 10 feet of where they're setting their tanks down because they're waiting in line. Dude pulls a cigarette out of his pocket and lights his cigarette. Look, and the guy turns around and looks at him and goes, "Man, could you take that over there?" The guy goes, "Well, see, that's what you don't understand. Propane don't do the same thing as regular gas." I'm thinking, I don't want to find out.
Now he's a chemist.
Yeah.
He's watched too much Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I mean, get your
I
ass
know what
over
I'm
there,
talking
man.
about. Do you guys know what a byproduct of propane is? Do you know what it is, where it comes from? I mean, I know you know where it comes from, but it's like the last piece of crap off of the chemistry of gasoline and diesel. Literally.
Oh, okay.
Cracker tower. The higher the heat, the more da-da-da-da-da-da. Diesel's the first one off the bottom. It's the nastiest of everything, and they cost twice as much.
Exactly.
Because they can. The whole world runs on diesel.
That's right.
Did you see Ford's not going to be selling any electric vehicles this year?
Oh, yeah, because they've lost their ass.
Mm-hmm. Did you see that Hertz Rental is getting rid of their fleet of
really? No, I hadn't seen that.
And they're going to lose almost $1 billion.
I hadn't seen that.
They're trying to get rid of all of them. They can't even sell them.
Damn.
They pay $80,000 a piece, whatever it is. Well, they're just up north when they had that storm. Everybody's standing there in line.
You mean where Trump won the Iowa caucus?
Well, no, this would be in New York. There was a show on about everybody stuck. The line to get to the the electric charging station, and the machine doesn't work because it's too cold.
Yeah.
So everybody's out there going like this.
Well, car batteries are no different than airplane batteries. I mean, they don't like hot, and they don't like cold. So, hello.
My diesel engine loves it all.
Oh, exactly. Mine does too in that truck
It
out
just
there.
keeps going and going. Just keep a little diesel in there.
Yeah.
Put that anti-gelling agent in there. 50 below.
Yeah. Hey, Ruff, next week here in Greenville, it's supposed to be 69 degrees.
Is it really?
Yes. A week from today, a week from tomorrow.
I was going to say, because it ain't going to be this weekend.
No,
this
it's
weekend
next
gonna
week.
be
Next week it's supposed to be 65, 69. I'll take those temps all day in January. You know
I
what I'm
bet you
saying?
we hit 0 with the wind on Sunday. It's supposed to be 19 on Sunday, and if it's a high wind, I bet you we hit almost 0.
You make ice cream.
You get your leopard thong on, and you go out in the snow and make a snow angel.
Yeah. Yeah. That's going to, you freeze your baguettes off with that one. You know what I'm
My
saying?
baguettes will be internal.
I mean, I'm telling you, man. Look, hey, prayers for all you guys out there living in this kind of cold, because I couldn't do it. I give you props.
Yeah, I hate the cold. Hate it.
Yeah, Jeff said there's just a cold snap here, but it's a doozy. Well, that's what we are here in North Carolina. It's a cold snap, considering we're after mid-January and just getting these temperatures. We haven't had many frost at all this year. This will be the coldest week we've had since a year ago, January.
Kirby says it's supposed to be -3 here on Saturday at 22 with the wind chill in.
Well, that's where he's at. He's in the mountains.
Oh, is he up?
Yeah, he's in the mountains. He's like 5 hours from here.
Up in
North Carolina.
I mean, is that on the western
Morganton?
side?
Is it Morganton? Is that right, Jared?
But I mean, that's right there on Winston-Salem, blah, 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 coming over from
no,
Tennessee.
he's further. No, he's in North Carolina, more like I said, Morganton.
Just north?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
I think that's where he's from. I know it's North Carolina mountains. Let's see. I've been flying at least 3 times a week all winter except the weekends. Yeah, he's from Marion. I knew it was something with an M. Marion, North Carolina.
I'm going to check it out right now.
Yeah. Yeah, Jeff, that's what I'm saying, man. I mean, considering we're mid-January and we've had days that have been 70 degrees here. I mean, you know, we've been very fortunate too. And every warm day is one less cold we got. So I've celebrated.
Yeah, he's at 1,400 feet. Marion's about 1,400 feet high. That's getting up there.
Close to Asheville and the Tennessee border.
Yeah, population a whopping 7,891. Yeah. I bet you everybody knows everybody. Hey, did you know who Steve was?
Yeah,
I seen him the other night. Huh?
No doubt.
You ever seen American Pie?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that is a ways up there. Dang, you are right there, but just above the 40.
Charles McDaniel said it's been -15 here. You can have it, buddy.
Woo, yeah, I just seen what do they call it? Yakutas in Russia. It's like the coldest place on earth. It's like -60 something. You would think you wouldn't feel it, but I guarantee you'll feel it.
It's like you throw a glass of water in there and it just turns to powder.
Yeah, I've seen a kid trying to do that. You know how you see somebody do it. You want to do it because you're a monkey? He had a hot pan of water, right? So he goes out there. Well, he doesn't realize when you do this and you start it, it's going to come back on you. Anyway, he goes like this. Just a kid. You know, it's the rotation, right?
Yeah.
Where's it coming as I go up?
Yeah, exactly.
So he goes like that. He goes to look at it. He realizes it ain't going that way. And all that hot hit him before it froze.
Oh,
He's laying there in the snow going,
jeez. Well, give it a second. It'll cool off.
It's called an education.
Yeah, give it a second. It'll cool off, man. Yeah. Roll him around. He'll be right. Let's
Rub some dirt on it.
80 degrees in the winter in SoCal is earthquake weather.
Yeah, that is. Is it 80 degrees out there?
Must be where
Scott, where are you at? Are you out in actual California? LA somewhere? San Diego?
He's off of the
Central?
You got road names for everything out there. He's off the 504. Oh, Lord.
Doesn't say. He's not chimed in yet.
You guys ever watch The Californians?
Devin! What are you doing here?
Oh,
I took La Cienega over.
I can fly down to about 35 degrees. I could probably do 25 if the wind's not blowing and I got the right clothes on and I got gloves on my hand. I haven't gotten to the point yet where I wear a transmitter koozie or cozy, whatever you call it.
Whatever it is. They're nice when it's cold.
I mean, haven't had to use that yet. I've got hand warmers now that I'll stick in my pockets. Wayne's got a heated vest.
Scott's in Valencia. Six Flags.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Wayne's got the heated vest with the batteries.
That's right. She loves me. Got heated socks too.
Ooh, have you worn them yet?
I haven't seen the boxers from
I know.
I'm waiting for the boxers.
I know. I can't wait to get the boxers too, man. Sunny, no wind. I'll do 45. It's going to warm up. Yeah. I mean, like I said, 45 is warm here on a sunny day with no wind. That's nice.
That's a nice day.
Yeah.
It's like 19.
I don't like it. So, but your batteries and stuff don't like it cold either.
You better keep your batteries warm. You ain't gonna get nothing out of them.
I put them in a metal box in the truck with the heat blowing on them, and then I put hand warmers in them at the field.
Because if it's cold in your shorts, it's cold in the lipo sacks.
Yes, exactly. No doubt. That's right. Gosh. Well, guys, we are at 9:26, and
is it really 9:26?
Yes.
Oh man.
And we've had a great crowd here tonight. We had right at 40. So thank you guys for hanging out with us. And I will be posting more on the Legend Hobby Giant Scale T28 as we get things done and I run into issues or whatever. I'll be letting Thomas know and I'll be letting you guys know. And that way, hopefully, we'll all learn something. If you guys find out something, please post up on Facebook or YouTube. Do a short. If you haven't seen the short that I posted today, definitely please give it a look. Matter of fact, I'll drop you guys a link in here for that right now, and you can go check that out if you want to later. And hopefully you'll like it and get some information, and that way you'll have it. Let me see here. I'm going to share this with you guys, copy, and I will drop this link in here right now for you guys. Here it is. So if you get tired of watching this in a second and you want to breeze over and watch the video, please do. And you'll get to see what I've done, and you'll get to see the numbers and see the gear work and everything again and how it's done. So that way you have some pictures. And I also posted really good pictures on Facebook that you guys could look at or print off, whatever you want to do. I hope they help you. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. If you got more questions. That's cool. A couple of guys had questions, and I told them I'd try to get back to them. And I did on a couple of things, so I try to stay up on top of that. So, yeah, Ruff said he wants to see you bench start the motor. Bench slap it or bench start it? Which is it, Ruff?
You can do both.
He's caressing it right now.
Yeah, it smells good.
He's got to get the L19 broke in, man. We've got prop for it now. We just got to get the day to do it and get some gas run through it. But we've got a lot of work to do too, man. We got jobs lined up here, trying to make him some money. Let's see. Iowa's been getting all the harsh weather. It's because of El Nino year.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is. Yes, it is.
How do they know? Well, what did they call it before somebody named it El Nino? El Nutno? Or?
No. We got El Nino, La Nina, all these different names. Where were these names when I was a kid? I never heard of these names. Jared said, seriously, everyone be safe out there and also stay warm, man. You got to do that. Make sure you got your heat and everything working.
Yeah, because it's going to get cold.
Let's see. Charles, yes, it's been getting a lot of pictures from relatives. I've seen the news and stuff, and just watching some of the caucus, it was minus 15 there when they were out there. I said, well, that's probably the coldest they've ever been.
Why do they call it caucus?
Caucus. It's like a carcass.
Am I missing something? Yeah, I get the carcass.
Yeah.
A caucus.
But Donald Trump killed
it. Like, man. Can you hand me the cock? I got a caucus over here. I'm going.
Yeah.
Who chose those words for the? You can call it whatever you want.
Yes, you did.
Pass the glue. Pass the
minus 15. They can have it. What was it? Nikki Haley said she'd never been so cold in her life because she's from South Carolina.
Really?
So yeah. So she was hating that at minus 15. I'd be hating it. I couldn't stand it.
Solar cycles back in the day.
Yeah, we've had hot and cold back when I was a kid. Man, I remember it. We've had really hot 100 and some degree weather and crazy humidity, and then we've had cold days too.
Think about it. If you just go back in history in your lifetime, the point of conception, there was cold, there was hot, there was medium, there was wet, there was dry, there was this, there was that. It's all the same. It's like
exactly.
In California, there's 2 seasons. Mudslide season and fire season. Fire season's in August, September, and everything burns down. Everybody goes, oh, what are we going to do? Every single year, go back every single year. Go back to the same broadcast every single year at the same time. You'll see all the houses on fire, and they all vow to rebuild. We're going to rebuild. Mm-hmm. I can't help it if you're stupid.
Yeah, really.
You know what? If you're not next to a bunch of trees, your house ain't going to burn down.
And then you throw in a good earthquake with all that.
Oh, yeah. Then you get the mudslides. Same
Mhm.
crap. I
Yeah.
live in the middle of nowhere with cows and pigs, and it's wonderful.
Isn't it great?
Every once in a while, you get that wind comes up and picks up that pig pee
Yeah.
and brings it right across, and you step out on your porch and you go,
Yeah.
it's acidic.
Yeah.
Woo!
Exactly. Yeah.
But the bacon it provides. You ever seen bacon seeds?
it's great. Bacon seed.
Yeah,
I ain't
bacon
seen
seeds.
Bacon seed. Mm,
That's right. For fire, flood, earthquake, and riot.
that's right.
My dad was there in I think it's a 65 riot. What was the first riot? 65. I was there in the 94 riots. I was there. And then, well, they burned everything down in 2020. Or was it 19? What was it, 20? The election?
Yeah.
That's when they were whatever doing then. I don't know. It's just something about when you burn your grocery store down today and then you go to buy groceries the next day at the same store
Yeah.
and there's nothing in it.
Yeah.
You're all like, well, what are we going to eat?
All right. Yeah. Uh-oh. Duh. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Can't help you, brother.
Yeah, exactly. Well, fellas, 9:31. We're gonna let you guys get out of here. We appreciate you again. Stay warm, stay safe. Have a great week. Glad to have Wayne back, and stay in the loop for the build stuff coming out on this airplane, guys. We'll have more for you. Wayne's gonna have the L-19 coming up. He's also gonna get the bomb drop on the
I was just looking at those
RQ-7.
tonight.
Yep. So we got a lot of projects to get going.
Well,
Plus
you should
we've
be able
got,
to get a lot
you
of
know,
work done on this week because you ain't flying.
No, in the weekend I'm gonna be probably warm right here working on stuff.
That's
You ought,
what I'm
matter of
saying.
fact, you ought to bring the RQ over here since it's over there, and we'll do stuff in here or something, hang out, whatever. But yeah, got to get it done because we got to get some stuff flown. So anyway, thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Like I said, we'll see you next week, and hopefully I'll have some more information on this airplane for you. I'll be dropping it on Facebook, probably some shorts, things like that.
Don't drop your shorts
No,
on
I
Facebook. Don't
we're
drop
gonna
your shorts on Facebook.
Anyway, I just waited to step right into that one, right? Anyway, guys, thank you to Legend Hobby for everything they do for us.
Yeah,
because
because they've been.
yes, they've been fantastic. We appreciate everything. Guy Caputo over at Flying Tiger, Zoom RC. I mean, everybody that is affiliated with this channel, we appreciate you so much, and thanks for everything you do. And we will see you guys next week right here, 8:30, same time, same place. And y'all have a great, safe week. Stay warm.